Hi guys, this is going to be a quick video to calculate the straight line distance on assignment 2 part 1. I'm asking you to calculate the straight line distance between the middle of the dam at Guelph Lake all the way to the middle of Fairy Lake. If we were doing this in person, we'd have a big map and a ruler. We measure it out in centimeters and then multiply that by 50,000 and then calculate or convert that whatever distance in centimeters times 50,000 and convert that into something reasonable like kilometers. So putting a ruler on a piece of paper on a map is something that we can't do on a computer screen. And so there's a couple ways that you can calculate the straight line distance without actually having the paper map in front of you. One of those is using the bar scales at the bottom of the map. So taking a piece of paper or taking a line that you draw and say, import the map into, say, PowerPoint and doing a line across that, and then figuring out how long that line is using the bar scale. Probably a slightly simpler way of doing it, depending on how you feel about things, is using Pythagoras theorem, that's that formula of a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we'll talk about that version of it and help you and go through an example to see if, or to help you figure out how to calculate that straight line distance. So just gonna share my screen. All right, so again, like I said, you could use the bar scale, and the other way we're going to talk about right now is using Pythagoras theorem. So this is that formula, right? So we're trying to find the distance of C. That's the straight line distance, or the hypotenuse in our example. So that means we need to come up with what A is and what B is. And again, recognizing that Pythagoras theorem is that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And we're going to use the UTM coordinates to help us figure out the distance for B and A in our example here. So I'm using this example here. I'm going to try and talk to us about the distance between these two golf courses. So there's a golf course up here and a golf course down there. So the green line is that straight line distance, or the hypotenuse of the triangle I'm going to draw. And that's what's going to be my C in this formula. The purple lines that I've added on to this, these are the A and B, or the edges of my triangle. So from here to here, all the way down, and then from there to there. What I now need to do is figure out how long each of these segments are. So how long is this line and how long is this line here? And I can do that using these grids. So from 19 to 20, this is actually 1 kilometer. So from here to here is 1 kilometer. So if I go from this point to this point, that's 1 kilometer. So I can use that grid to determine the distance. And you can do it using the same way we calculated or determined that UTM coordinate. So instead of not having a decimal point, though, we will have a decimal point. So as an example, for the UTM northing value for these tanks, we just did this example, it was like 194. But instead, I would call this like 19.4. And if I wanted to know the distance between here and this egg field right here, looks like a half moon, then just the northing distance, then I would say if that's 20 and that's 19.4, 20 minus 19.4 gets me to 0.6 kilometers. That's what we're looking at. So we need to find the distance of this segment and then the distance of this segment. That's the same thing we're going to do. So for A, I'm going from, where am I going from here? This is going in this direction here. So from A, I'm saying this is 657, that starting point, and it's traveling over here to 669 is what I estimated that. And I didn't show you all the steps on that one, but that is about 1.2 kilometers. Same thing here for B. So we're starting at this point here, which I'm saying is, so again, this is 17, so everything in the grid line below is going to be 16. I'm saying that's 16.8, and it's going up to 20.2. Find me that distance, that's 3.4 kilometers. So just doing 20.2 minus 16.8 gets me to 3.4. So now that I have the A and the B, now I need to do Pythagoras theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So showing you my math down there, that gets me to 1.44 plus 11.56, that equals 13. So 13 is c squared, find the square root of c squared, and my distance, the green line here that we're showing between these two golf courses, is 3.6 kilometers. So using this example, I want you to do the same thing for the distance between the middle of the Guelph Lake Dam all the way to the middle of Fairy Lake. Just to give you like a ballpark, it's more than 30 kilometers and less than 40. So if you find a number and it's not between that range, then maybe you need to either, we can chat about this in person or think a little bit better about how Pythagoras theorem works. Maybe there's something that's missing there. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions and I'd be happy to help. Take care.